Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So while I started doing bullet journaling 5 months back, I had a really hard time on getting hang of calligraphy, brush calligraphy for being specific. So I thought it is a great idea to share my tips and tricks that I learned in my calligraphy period, so that you can also get the perfect calligraphy of yours. But just a small disclaimer that to get the perfect calligraphy, you need to practice, because practice makes a man perfect. So yes, it needs some practice at least. I had done a lot of practice, yes, for being more clear and specific. And yes, I think you should, according to me, or if you will ask anyone who is just great at calligraphy, they will always suggest you to use a smooth paper for calligraphy, specifically for brush calligraphy, so that this brush we use for calligraphy, if you don't use a smooth paper, the tip of it will get frayed down, and yes, you could not get the perfect strokes out of it. So without any further ado, let's get started. So hello everyone and welcome to the voiceover. So before we start doing calligraphy, we need to practice some basic strokes. At least there are 8 basic strokes for calligraphy that you need to practice, because all these strokes only make up the word. That, like alphabets, any alphabets are going to be a combination of these basic strokes. So the first stroke is the upstroke. This need to be really thin, and yes, this is a very hard to practice because you need to apply the least pressure on it. Then next is you need to press the brush hard for downstroke, then underturn and the overturn. You just where the curve start there at the lower point where there is the curve on each of these, be it underturn, overturn or compound curve, the point where we change our stroke from thick to thin, that is the point where you need to change the amount of pressure you are applying. Like on the upstroke, you need to apply a really light pressure so that you can get the thinnest stroke. You need to apply pressure for downstroke, and then comes the upstroke, where first you need to apply pressure on the downstroke and then you need to release the pressure for the upstroke. Same with overturn, like first you apply less pressure and then more pressure. Compound curve is a combination of underturn and overturn. Then comes the oval, where you need to make a circle, but when there is a downstroke, there need to be a thick stroke, and upstroke it need to be thin. Then ascending loop and descending loop is like now the basics, like the basics of calligraphy, like how a small kid starts writing alphabets. So here I am just drawing some guidelines, you can say, so that before we get hang, we can just practice it by making lines, like how kids practice alphabets, like that only. Then the middle portion is the X zone, where the middle part of the basic part of the alphabet is going to be written, like your A is your C, like here I am writing A. So your A will be in the X zone only, because the upper part is the ascender and the lower is descender. like C in the X zone. But if you go for any other letter, like here I'm going for D, so D has an ascender, so the ascender will touch the upper line, and same goes with H or B. And next I'm writing P, that touches the descending part. It have a, so like this for the initial stage. Yes, you can practice like this so that you can check where your letters go. Now coming to the alphabets, yes, alphabets are really important. So the basic alphabets A to Z. A is a combination of oval and a downstroke. B, an ascending loop curve. Like, yes, you can see how I'm just changing the line strokes, like thick for the downstroke and thin for the upstrokes. And yes, once you get a hang of it, you can just change your styles accordingly, that what you like. This is the basic style of the modern calligraphy, of course. Like in R, you need first downstroke, upstroke that need to be thin, and then the downstroke that's thick. So here is all the 26 alphabets in calligraphic form. Next, I'm going to show you how you can change your styles accordingly. Like, you can write a same letter in different styles once you get hang of the strokes and the basic style. Like A, I have written in 2 different forms, be it S or T, just to demonstrate that yes, you can add your style, your artistic nature to this, because this is just, once you get the hang of the thin and thick stroke, it's all sorted. Next, I'm going to show you some words. Like, see, you can also write in a straight form, or you can just make it bouncy. Like the one I'm writing, this beauty, is like straight. I'm using Camlin brush pen for this. Camlin has a really thick strokes. This was the first brush pen I ever bought for practicing calligraphy. Next is the bouncy one, where you can change the X line. Just make it as artistic as you can. It all comes with practice. You can just get to know how you can just make it. I'm also adding some drop shadows to make it look more popped up, or just to make it look nice. Here, what I meant by changing the X line is that the first one, all the words rely on the same baseline, whereas in the next it's like more bouncy, so every word has its own baseline, but all the words are connected. And next I'm going to show you different styles. Like here I'm writing lost, and it's more far apart and it's very spreaded like on the page. And the other one that I'm writing is squished. The loose word is squished and small. Here are all the supplies that I use for brush calligraphy. My Ohu brush pen, Tombow dual brush pen, Tombow ANUSHKA that I forgot to show in the first part of the video. Tombow ANUSHKA are just the holy grails, because for bullet journaling you need a thin pen, because you can't go with like thick strokes there. So here I'm just use this one. The upper high is like with soft tip, and hello I have written with hard tip. You can also use a simple marker for calligraphy. Like this kind of calligraphy is known as fox calligraphy or false calligraphy. On the downstrokes you just need to add one more line, and either you can leave it hollow or just fill it with colors. It kind of mimics the look of brush calligraphy. Same you can do with fine liner. Or here we are at the end of this video, and if you found this video useful, so hit that like button, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss a new update from my channel. And yes, if you want some more inspiration of calligraphy and brush calligraphy, I'll link down some inspiration for you all in the description, and also all the products that I used, my pens, my brush pens and all. The description to those will be given in the description box. So if you want more such videos, do comment your ideas so that I can know what you all want to see next. Then thanks for watching.